Chapter 5. The Group Project Disaster. The next week began like any other. Same hallways, same noise, same faces. But for Lily Carter, nothing felt normal anymore. Because now, she was not just the quiet girl, and not just Turtle. Now she was something worse. A target people felt comfortable laughing at. On Monday morning, Mrs. Parker walked into the classroom holding a stack of papers. "Class," she announced, "today we will start a group project." A few students immediately smiled. Others groaned. But most students looked excited, because group work meant friends, and friends meant comfort. Except for Lily. For her, group work meant something else. Being ignored. Or worse, being tolerated. Mrs. Parker continued, "You will work in groups of 4. She started assigning students quickly. Brandon, Jake, Sarah, Emma. One by one, groups formed naturally. Friends sat together. Laughter filled the room. Ideas were already being shared. Except in one corner, where Lily sat alone, watching, waiting. Minutes passed. Groups were complete. Almost. Mrs. Parker looked at the list again. "Is anyone still without a group?" Silence. Lily slowly raised her hand. I am here." The room became quiet for a second, then uncomfortable. Nobody looked at her directly, but everyone knew what was coming. Brandon sighed loudly. "Of course," he said. "We forgot one." Jake leaned back in his chair. "Do we really have to?" Sarah whispered. "She's going to slow us down." Emma added, "We'll get a bad grade." Lily heard everything. Every word. Clearly. Mrs. Parker looked around the class. Her face was serious now. "Lily will join Brandon's group." Brandon immediately made a face. "Why us?" The teacher's tone sharpened. "Because I said so." No one argued after that. But no one was happy either. Lily quietly walked to their table. She placed her notebook down carefully. Brandon didn't even look at her properly. He just said, "Fine, but don't mess things up." Jake laughed. "Yeah, try to keep up, Turtle." A few students nearby giggled. Lily said nothing. She just sat. The project topic was written on the board. My community and responsibility. Simple, but important. Students were supposed to research, discuss, and present. Brandon immediately took control. "Okay, I'll do the introduction." Jake nodded. "I'll handle the slides." Sarah said, "I'll do pictures." Emma smiled. "So what will she do?" Silence. Then laughter. Brandon finally looked at Lily. "You can check spelling or something." More laughter. "Yeah." Jake added, "Very important job." Lily nodded slowly. "Okay." Even though she knew, they were not giving her a real role. As the group started working, Lily tried to participate. She looked at their notes. "I think we should include how schools help communities," she said softly. Brandon didn't even look up. "Yeah, we already know that." Jake added, "We got it." Sarah said, "Just relax." Emma whispered to the others, "She talks too much for someone who is slow." They laughed quietly. Lily stopped speaking, not because she had nothing to say, but because she realized something. In this group, her voice did not matter. The rest of the class period passed like this. Ideas were ignored. Suggestions were dismissed. And every time Lily tried to help, she was gently pushed back into silence. At one point, the teacher walked by their table. Mrs. Parker looked at their work. "Good progress," she said. Then her eyes briefly landed on Lily. Lily gave a small, hopeful smile. But Mrs. Parker didn't notice it. Or maybe she did, but didn't understand it yet. After class ended, students packed up. Brandon stretched. "Easy work," he said. Jake laughed. "We'll finish this in one day." Sarah added, "As long as Turtle doesn't slow us down." They all laughed again. Lily slowly closed her notebook. She didn't argue. She didn't complain. She simply stood up. But as she walked away from the table, she felt something different. Not just sadness, not just embarrassment, but invisibility. Like she existed, but didn't matter. And for the first time in her life, Lily began to wonder something deeply painful. If I disappear, would anyone even notice? Outside the classroom, the hallway was loud again. But inside Lily's mind, everything had become silent. Too silent.